And hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents here in Louisville, Kentucky. We're still here at Black Coffee today doing our special events, talking to some amazing individuals, not only about their stories, but also, in this case, about their books. We're excited to welcome Dana Spencer to our broadcast. If you guys are joining us on the Amazon side, you will see she has a book that's available both for paperback and Kindle. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the title of the book. It's A Beginner's Guide to Financial Freedom through Real Estate. You guys can see it there. You can click on either the print copy or the Kindle copy to be able to get your own. If you have any questions for Dana, definitely make sure you guys put those in the chat. We also want to say for those who are new to us on Amazon, if you guys are just scrolling across and found us, you'll see there's a follow button either here in this corner or down below. You can be able to click on that to stay connected with us. Also, we want to welcome those tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, as well as on LinkedIn. We're glad that you all can be with us. And with all that out of the way, Dana, thank you so much for being with us. Really appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. Well, look, I have a saying to you. We've been talking through Messenger for about a week now, so it's great to be able to sit down with you in person. We're going to get into the book here in a moment, but I want to talk about your passion because I was saying to you before we went on here, it seems like you're able to address two different passions with this book. One being financial independence, being able to become financially comfortable, but also real estate. So, what has it been like for you to bring those two things together?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Everybody should invest in real estate. Millions of people have achieved financial freedom through investing in real estate. And so when I did it, I was like, I've got to tell everybody about this because everybody needs to know, especially people that look like me.
Yeah. So I want to talk about that. That's a really good point that you bring up because a lot of times people, what I hear, especially in conversations like this, people don't know. They don't know how to do it. They don't know anyone who is doing it, and the steps. So how did you get started?
I think it was from my grandfather. He had that entrepreneurial spirit, and my mother would say that he would buy property and then in the backyard he would build another house. So he had multiple streams of income before it was even popular, as well as a little bit of house hacking too. And so I really believe that's where it came from. And then I worked for corporate America for over 20 years. And one year in particular, a lot of my leaders were taking the buyout. They were 55 years old. And I remember thinking, man, when I turn 55, I want to be in a position to take it as well. And so I called up my mortgage company at the time and was asking them, when would my loan be paid off? And it was like 2027. I was going to be 55 in 2025. And I was thinking, whatever they offered me should be enough to cover that difference. And then I met a lady that says retirement is a number, not an age. And when she said that to me, the wheels just started turning, and that began my journey in investing in real estate.
Wow, I love that. I want to say hello to you. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it correctly. Latanya Fleming on Facebook. She says, have a blessed day. Thank you so much for joining us over there on Facebook. And again, if you guys have any questions for Dana as we're talking, make sure you guys put those in the chat as well. Or if you just want to say hello, let us know where you're watching us from. We'd love to be able to shout you out there as well. So you talked about that experience. Was there any fear involved? Because I think that's the other thing that people experience, right? When they have an idea for something, they want to try it, but there's a fear or people telling them, don't do it. Did you have that experience?
Well, and that's real, and that is a lot of people's experience. For me personally, it was getting a mentor. Okay. I think if I had tried it by myself, I definitely would not have been able to get to where I am today. So having a mentor, a coach, somebody who has already done it before, surrounding yourself with professional general contractors, real estate agents, attorneys, tax preparers, all those people who do this every single day, and then that made it not so simple.
Love that. Well, that's a great segue then. Latanya said that is it. Thank you, Latanya. I know what it's like to have your name messed up, so I tried, but thank you so much for telling me I got it. That brings us to the book then, Dana, A Beginner's Guide to Financial Freedom through Real Estate. Again, for those of you who are joining us on Amazon, you guys are seeing the book either here in this corner. If you're watching us on your desktop, you're going to see it down below. But if you guys are watching this on your phone, you'll see it up on this side. But you'll see it there in paperback as Kindle. So talk to us about the writing of the book. The book released last year. What has that been like for you? Was being a published author something that you planned on doing?
It is absolutely not what I planned on doing. I actually went through a speaker program with Dr. Eric Thomas and Team Hip Hop Preacher, and they brought back some people who had graduated the program, and one of the guys said in particular, that he didn't get a speaking opportunity because he didn't have a book. And I was
Wow.
like, okay, well, I guess I'm writing a book.
Right.
And so I ended up running into my cousin who is a publisher, and she was like, well, here's my card. Just let me know when you're ready. I was like, no, I don't work like that. I was like, give me until the end of the month and I'll have the book to you. So basically, I wrote the book in about 8 days.
Wow. Wow.
It just goes to show you the importance of really focusing in on your goal, and it's totally accomplishable.
Yeah. Well, we're going to come back to the book, but you said something. That's why I don't script these shows. Everyone, my regular audience knows, is because things will come up in the conversation, right? And so we both know I'm like that too. Not everyone's like that though. A lot of people, they'll say, "Oh, I'll get to it later," and then a year goes by, or never goes by. Have you always been a person that when you set your mind to something, you actually completed it?
It really depends, right? It really depends on what it is. I definitely work better with a goal and time frame.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is I've been a person who I didn't like setting New Year's resolutions because I knew I wouldn't keep them. So it really depends on what it is. It also is, I don't like people telling me what to do. So as long as I have control, then I'm able to accomplish the task a whole lot better and reach my goals because I don't have that person that's, nagging me about it.
Got you. Tanya White is joining us on Facebook. Love to you, Tanya. Tanya, we were just talking about you. Tanya, I want to make sure, I appreciate you watching the last segment. Let us know that you can hear us okay. Also, while you have us, you're there in the chat with us. Appreciate that. Tanya is how you and I connected. Let's talk about networking because it is such a big part of everything, right? I mean, I found out about Black Coffee. I'd never been to Louisville, Kentucky before, but Tanya was one who referred me to Black Coffee here. How important has your networking been, and those who you surround yourself? How important has that been for you in the story?
Well, and it's so crazy because that's the second chapter of the book is building relationships, and the third is your squad, and that's what you just were talking about. We've been taught back in the day that it was brown nosing and it was looked upon as a bad thing. But you have to build relationships in order to get to the next level of where you're trying to go. Think about it with corporate America. If you're trying to get to a particular area, if you don't build those relationships with the people in that area and they post a position, 100 people are going to apply for that role that are qualified. What's going to be the difference? Well, if you build relationships with people that are where you're trying to go, then that is the pathway to get there.
Love that. Such a great reminder. For those who are just tuning in, you all are watching Cyrus Webb Presents. You may notice we're not in the studio today. I'm not even in Mississippi today. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky for the first time. I'm sitting down with Dana Spencer today. We're talking with her not only about her book. I'm going to go ahead and pull it back up for you guys who are joining us on the platforms. It's a beginner's guide to financial freedom through real estate. You guys can see it there. Make sure you guys go ahead and get your copy here on Amazon. Both the paperback and the Kindle edition are both available. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. I already, before I came here today, got the Kindle edition. I'm getting me a paperback edition today, though, so that's mine. So you have to go on Amazon to get your own copy of it. And we're going to let you guys know also how to stay connected with Dana. So, Dana, let's talk about now connecting these two, because you began this conversation talking about real estate. Okay, and being inspired by a family member who had that entrepreneurial spirit. What has that been like for you now to be an example to other people, not just in your family, but people who are watching this as to what's possible for them?
Oh, absolutely. We've been taught, you go to middle school, elementary school, middle school, high school, you go to college, you get that corporate job, you work there for 40 years, and then you retire and pray that you have saved enough in order to live comfortably. Investing in real estate just really opens up to new possibilities that you don't have to travel that traditional path that other people have traveled that have not necessarily been as successful. So being able to take a different path and diversify my retirement portfolio is just been amazing. And to be able to wake up every single morning and reach for a bigger purpose and not someone else's purpose has been huge for me.
So I want to talk about the beginning then. For those who are watching this, they may say, you know what? Okay, this sounds interesting to me. How do I get started? Is the book the best place to go? Or have you found also that coaching, is that something that you kind of brought into this too to help people?
Right. So when you talked about fear earlier, the book definitely is a good place to start. And then when you're ready to go to the next level, definitely reach out to me and I can walk you through the process. Because you have two sets of people. You have people who are going to be able to read the book and do everything, which you can. But then there's going to be other people that are going to be like, I want a little bit more of hand holding, and then I can help them do that as well.
Is that a comfortable role for you? Is that something that's always been comfortable?
When I just like coaching, I like instructing. I told my uncle when I was a child I wanted to be a teacher. He said teachers don't make any money, so I didn't go down that path. So, but the cool thing is even though I wasn't a teacher in the classroom, this is still a way for me to teach people what I have already done.
When you said that, I thought about Oprah, who said the same thing about that she wanted to be a teacher and that her show gave her the largest classroom for her. So I totally get when you said that's what I thought about. So with that being said, so for our audience out there, is they're thinking about, for one, thinking about financially being stable, because I think that's something. There's so much uncertainty right now. Have you found this conversation changing since COVID? I know the book came out last year, but have you found this conversation around what that looks like, financial independence, also the challenges in coming real estate? Has it changed since COVID?
Well, I think with COVID taught us a lot of lessons, but one of the lessons that COVID taught us was we can't put all of our eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
And so if you just have one source of income, that's just too close to none. And we have to find other ways to earn income passively so that we can't just depend on one thing.
Yeah. So I think for our audience out there, and I appreciate you guys over there on YouTube. If you guys have any questions, appreciate you guys watching us. If you have any questions for Dana, though, feel free to let us know. Also, as I mentioned, we will let you guys know how to stay connected with Dana as well. But make sure you guys, as you heard her say, you can get the book and be able to get started there, or it may be the introduction you need before you reach back out to Dana to be able to work with her that way as well. Then I want to talk about another thing that's so important, and that is believing in oneself. Because I mentioned earlier, there will be people who may tell you don't do this or whatever, but sometimes we're our own worst enemy. Was there ever a time in the process where you doubted whether you could do it?
Oh, that is a great question because when I first bought a piece of property and the neighborhood that it was in, yet another naysayers, oh, don't buy in that particular area. And I knew the Goodwill locally was buying 10 acres over in that area. So I strategically looked for property because I knew they were going to do something big and amazing. And after the second or third break-in, because that's just something that happens. Properties get broken into because people know that they're renovating. They know contractors leave their tools inside the property. So lots of reasons for breaking in. So after that second break-in or third, I lost count. I was sitting outside of the property waiting for somebody to come over and secure it yet for another time. And I was like, I'm just going to get it. But the amazing thing I was able to do was to call my coach. And she was able to tell me, you do this, and this. And talk me off the ledge. And I'm so glad that I didn't get rid of it because there's so many benefits to holding on to property for the long term. And so having that coach, that mentor that I could call and she was going to respond to me, definitely was a pivotal moment with the real estate investing journey.
Love that. So what is your hope then, Dana, as people are, some people are just hearing about the book, if they may go ahead and get their copy now, what is your hope the book does for them in getting them started?
I hope that millions of people will buy the book and realize that the importance of diversifying their retirement portfolio. And you don't have to wait. That's the beauty of real estate is you buy a property and you're able to receive passive income every single month. Whereas with other retirement options, you have to wait until you get a certain age. With real estate, you don't have to do that. So why wait?
What a great thing and what a great conversation. Again, everyone, Dana Spencer has been our guest. As you guys can see there on the screen, the book is A Beginner's Guide to Financial Freedom Through Real Estate. It's available now in paperback as well as a Kindle edition as well. So you guys can be able to get those on the Amazon side. If you guys are not joining us on Amazon, you'll find the link there that will take you over to Amazon to be able to get the book for yourself. Dana, I really appreciate the time. Let our viewers know how they can stay connected with you.
Oh, absolutely. So you can head over to my website, CoachDanaSpencer.com, or I'm on all social media platforms, Dana Spencer. And then I also have an online course called, the URL to that is givemethecheatcode.com.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Well, Dana, really excited that we could meet during this visit. Really appreciate that time. And we thank you, our viewers, for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents, again, here in Louisville, Kentucky at Black Coffee. We're going to be actually doing a segment a little bit later on. I'll tell you more about where Black Coffee is located, so look forward to that. But until next time, I'm Cyrus Webb saying thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.